Tennessee Titans Weekly, we can't read a rock, but being the best podcast with Hawk and Jock. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later, with everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Hawk and Jock, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We give you news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten.
Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jock. What's up, folks? What is going on? What is happening? A sad day, but a very happy day at that, too. So, Jock, we're here, man, the Tennessee Titans. As you all see, we got our paper bags on our face right now, man. And we're sad but happy because you see what's on our paper bags. We got that boy Cam and that boy Shador. So, hey, we're here, y'all. What's happening?
Yes, sir.
What's good? What's up, y'all? What's up? All right. So, what's good, folks? What's up? Everybody joining in the show. What's happening? So, Jacques, as we saw the game today, man, shout out to everybody that's watching the show, too. And if you're not followed us or subscribed to us yet, man, do that today. Do that right now. Yes, it's the end of the season, but, in the off season, we got some shows coming as well. So, Jacques, how you feeling, dog? You good, bro?
Man, I'm fabulous, bro. We got the number one pick. Yeah, I'm perfect.
I hear you, man.
Fabulous, dog. Yes, sir. If that's what they're saying, if you're gonna win, if you're gonna do something, do it big, right?
Yep.
So that's if you're gonna win big. If you're gonna rob a bank big. If you're gonna lose big. So I'm gonna get an F. I'm gonna get the biggest F I can.
Yep, that's right.
And make it count.
Make it count. For sure. Absolutely, man. So who do we got in the comment section before we get started, y'all?
Man, let me go around Robin here. We got Rod in the building. What up, brother? We got OC615. What up? DeAndre. If some of y'all are coming from the Bleacher Report show, hey, welcome back.
Yep.
If not, we haven't had a chop up in a minute. So Jay Thomas, what is up? Tommy D, what's in the building? Jake Young, my guy, what's going on?
Hey, Jake Young, that's hilarious, dog. Bust down my AP. Perfect timing. I stay shining. He be doing that. Perfect timing. Look. That's a funny comment, bro. That's funny, dude. That's funny, dog. Hey, that song kind of go off, by the way, too. I actually like the song, honestly. So, all right, man. Yeah, they should do it, bro. If he got drafted and they play that, man, that'd be great. Man. All right, so what's going on, folks? All right, so let's get talking about the game first, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Texans Titans game. How that all played out, and then, man, we about to get chopping up here, man. So, Jacques,
yes, sir.
As you all saw today in a very boring game, the Tennessee Titans lose to the Houston Texans 23-14. Houston had their backups in, again, with Davis Mills at the end of the game. Again, the Tennessee Titans with another loss. As we finish this season in the worst position possible, number 32 in the league. Now we are 3-14. Season is over. So, Jacques, after watching this game, man, just looking at everything, bro, what do you say is the main reason the Tennessee Titans lost this game?
Man, it's a copy and paste of what's been happening for the past season, if that makes sense. Defense, run game is not there. Offense is inconsistent. Just they ready to go home. Let me say that. They look checked out. Like, just it's rainy, it's gloomy. I'm with them. I mean, this game, they did what they were supposed to do, which was to lose the game, which they did. Thank the Lord, right? But again, it's all of the above to me, man. From coaching to defense to offense to special team, all that good old stuff, man. Do I care that we lost the game? Yeah, I do care that we lost the game. I do. Was I really paying attention to it? Not really, because I'm just ready for the season to be over with. And we got the number one pick. So I think that's what I'm most excited about. Man, what about you, Hawk? I mean, how do you feel about this game? What was the main reasons we lost? I think we ready to get in something else. Before we get to that, my guy, we got to get to Stanley.
Yes, sir.
He says, trade the pick with Cleveland, get a get a 2025 third and a 2026 first. We still get our quarterback plus. Hey, we're gonna talk about it, brother.
We're gonna talk about that, Stanley.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yep. Hey, we're gonna save that for the live chop up. But hey, you know what we do, man. Hey, you throw us a super chat. Hey, I don't give a damn where we are. That comment is gonna be pulled up for sure.
Yes, sir.
So Stanley Wilson, the OG Stanley Wilson. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Boom! Stanley Wilson in the building early with a hell of a question. What up, Stanley? We're gonna get to it for sure.
Yep,
All right. The main reason we lost this game, we suck. We're a terrible football team. It's just plain and simple. You know, when you look at our defense over the last several games, man, we've been giving a lot of yards rushing, bro. You know, they said all season, you can't run on us. I tell you that. Our defense, I tell you what, man. Houston had 207 yards rushing against us today, man. Damian Pierce looked like Derrick Henry out there today. You know, he had 176 yards rushing. That's 9 yards of carry and a touchdown on 19 carries, bro. That's some college football stuff in the NFL, man. So we were unable to stop the run. On the other hand as well, man, again, we only scored one touchdown. That was at the end of the game. A real fluky touchdown to Will Levis throwing it to, I forgot the guy's name that he threw the touchdown to. But you know, it was just one of those things, man. Dontavion Martin, whatever, Devontae Martin is his name. So we're not a good football team all around. That's why we're picking number one in the draft. There's a reason why. We stink. We suck. We're in a bad division, and we still were in last place in this division. I did not think that was going to happen, but the main reason we lost this game, we're just not a good football team. It's just plain and simple. They didn't have any more turnovers than we did. We had the same amount of you know, as far as time of possession. There wasn't anything different between the two teams that was out of whack. Third downs the same number. First downs around the same number. We're just a bad football team. So we lost. That's why we lost the game, John. We're trash. We're trash. It's just what it is, man.
Do I care? Yes, we lost. Do I care? Hey, let's get to 2025, bro.
Yep. Trash, 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 trash. Yep.
Yep. So, Hawk, with that being said, Callahan, we've heard about his job security. It's been confirmed that he's safe. But in your opinion, do you think he should be safe?
So yes, I did see that this morning on ESPN. They had several of those coaches as far as on the board, as far as figuring out who would be safe for next year. You know, there's a lot of people thinking that Jared Mayo is going to be gone after his first year. There's some people that think Antonio Pierce. There's some people that think Steven Stetson from the Colts. So there's a lot of a lot of people are guaranteeing Doug Peterson is gone. So there's several players or several coaches on the hot seat, including Brian Callahan. So I honestly think that Brian Callahan, and you all can throw that comment in the comment section too. I do think Brian Callahan will be back. I do think his job is safe. He's just been here for a year. I think, you know, to be fair, give him enough opportunity to, you know, draft a quarterback, bring in more of his players, and do those things. Now, we are dealing with Amy Adams Strunk. In the past, there were times where we thought prior to the exit interview that all was good, and then they left the exit interview with a different result. So I don't know dealing with Amy, but I am saying that I do feel that Brian Callahan's job is safe for 2025. I do think that they will give him another shot, and I think they should give him another shot for next year. So that's just my thoughts on his job. What about you, bro?
He's safe, man. It's his first year. Like you said, the unpredictability of Amy does throw a little monkey wrench in there, but I believe he's safe. I think you have to give him his shot to get his quarterback, to build his vision of what he sees when it comes to the offense, because at the end of the day, he is the offensive coordinator. So he has a vision of how this offense should run. So if he sees it, if he can plead his case, because there is an exit interview, if he has a plan put together that Amy can trust and they have collaborated on it, then he'll be fine. Him and Rand, I think they'll be fine. I know she's disappointed in this season. I get it, but let him do his thing. Let's see what he has. He's supposedly this quarterback expert or whatnot. I don't. Yeah. When you got Joe Burrow, man, you're a quarterback expert. We can be quarterback experts with Joe Burrow, right?
Yep.
But we'll see. I think he's safe. I think he'll be fine. And just let him cook in the offseason and see what we got.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure, Jacques. For sure, bro. For sure, dude. Well, so Jacques, the season's over. Yep. Again, we're 3-14. The season's done. Everything has been completed. We're in the off season. Right now, bro, what's your final feeling of the 2024 season for the Titans? How do you feel? Shout out to everybody. We got 47 people in the chat. How do you feel, man, just in general about the season, bro?
I'm never happy when we have a down season, right? I think I'm more disappointed in what was stated at the beginning of the season about how this was a not a rebuild, but like more like a retool, if that makes sense. We brought in a slew of free agents. We spent money. And what happens is when you have that, you're saying, okay, hey, we're not a rebuild. We're not about to rebuild. We're just about to retool, about to get this thing over with. But that goes with the confidence of your quarterback. When you look at teams that do this, when they start to build pieces, we get Calvin Ridley. You still had D Hop at the time. You brought in L'Jarius Sneed, Uze. You had Ernest Jones at the time, which I don't think you should trade it for him. You shouldn't have traded him away. You shouldn't have done that. But that's a whole different conversation. What that tells me is, hey, we got confidence in our quarterback. One, two, we about to do some things. We about to shake the trees. We about to come out here and we about to make not the playoffs, but we about to win more games than we did last year, right? We'll at least have a shot in a bad division to say, hey, we at least competed, right? We didn't even compete. We competed the first 4 games, I believe. Yeah, the first 4 or 5 games we competed, but you had the glaring hole, which was at quarterback. Now, there is some Titans fans, man. Yeah, there are some Titans fans that knew what the quarterback was. And there's a lot of Titans fans that kind of gave him grace and said, let's see what we got. And we, at the end of the day, we saw what we have. And now we're in a 3-13 or 3-14 season. It is a disappointment in my eyes. And you have the opportunity to right the ship. What about you, Hawk?
Man, Jacques, facts, no paper, bro. I'm going to say, man, how I feel about the season, man, as of today, how the season ended, to me is an epic failure, bro, because even Vegas had us to win 6 games. Vegas, we finished with 3, okay? So to me, Vegas is a barometer. Then the Titans, from an NFL history standpoint, it hadn't since I think the late 60s, where Vegas was wrong on the score spread every game for the Titans this season. That hasn't happened in like 50 years. And that happened this season. Vegas wasn't even right. Vegas thought we were better than what we finished, right? So we drafted guys and we signed a lot of players. We signed more players than we normally do. We spent money this offseason. It didn't pan out. It didn't. This season was sold to us not as a rebuild or a retool, more like, hey, y'all, we got a shot. We're in a bad division. We have signed players at every position, from corners to receivers to offensive line to quarterback, running back. Every position we signed somebody. So there were holes that we had that we did put players in. And I'm not sitting there saying that these players didn't. I think Kevin Ridley played well this season. I think Tony Pollard played well. I think some of the free Cushenberry did till he got hurt. Some of these free agents actually played pretty well. But I don't know what happened. Whether it be coaching, but more than anything, quarterback play. Quarterback play was the biggest play, a big part of this. The offensive line had a lot of struggles this season too. Special teams was terrible this season. So I'm not going to say it's one position or one player. It was several. But I am saying if I put it on a pie graph, I'd say probably 60 to 70% of it was the quarterback play for sure. They were the biggest part of this equation. But I do think as well, man, this season didn't go as planned. We finished the worst team in the league, man. We were the worst team in the league this year, bro. So, I just feel this was a failure season for real, man.
So, as Cuz says, they've already fired New England. Already fired Mayo. So
wow,
look,
year one.
Look for Vrabel in that particular spot. So that'll he'll bring the life back to that organization. I think it'll be a good hire if they hire Vrabel. And I don't like that for Mayo because I mean Mayo but anyway. So that is confirmed, right? It's because I think I'll have to go on Twitter and look at
man, that stuff, man. That NFL is so wild and dirty, bro.
Man, it's dirty, bro. It's a dirty game.
I feel about Callahan. I get it. I understand it's been confirmed for sure, but we don't know. The league can turn on you just like that.
Mm-hmm. Them owners can turn on you just like that. That's the sad part about it. That's right. All right. So with that being said, this 2024 season is behind us. We're getting ready for the offseason. We're getting ready for the draft. With the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft, who are you taking, Hawk? And it's subject to change, people. You know, we have shows in the offseason about all this stuff. But go
That's
ahead.
right. All right, so as you all see, this is where the NFL draft will be for 2025. The number one team in the league for the draft, team that's lost 6 in a row. Cleveland was trying to do their best to move up, but their strength of schedule was too much versus our schedule. The Tennessee Titans are number one in the NFL on the draft. So, Jacques, when I think of this, bro, I'm thinking the position that we're going to have to draft is quarterback. Okay. Now, we can, look at different ways of how getting this done. But overall, if I'm picking number one, the Tennessee Titans for the 2025 NFL draft selects quarterback. I'm saying quarterback here. And when I look at quarterback as well, y'all, like, that's a big hole for us. Now, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the draft. I'm not going to sit there and tell y'all that this draft is strong. I'm not going to even tell you there's any quarterback that should be pick one just on talent. We don't know yet, okay? But that's how bad we need a quarterback. So it's on Callahan, whoever you draft. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to develop this guy, right? Are you going to do that, okay? Of course, you got Cam Ward. You got Shedeur Sanders, okay? You got these guys at quarterback, okay? You have people have Jalen Monroe out there. You got Dylan Gabriel. You got Jackson Dart. You have all the quarterbacks that I've heard or whatever. You got Carson Beck. So these are the two quarterbacks that most people are talking about. Now, Jacques, I got your tweet that you just sent me. What Shedeur said, man, right? Look at this, y'all. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna let it sit there for a second. I want y'all to look at that real quick, okay? Just look at that for a second. Y'all see it? Titan fans are rocking Shedeur paper bag. Just like we did here, bro. Just like we doing right here, bro, right? Y'all see that, right? Shedeur says legendary, right? Now, of course, if you are a quarterback and you're trying to get the number one spot, you're like, man, I'll go anywhere and get pick one, right? But it lets you know, like, hey, Shedeur, like, hey, bro, I'm here. So I'm saying quarterback, Jacques, for the number one pick in the draft. So, Jacques, for the 2025 NFL draft. Jacques, the lockdown corner, out North Nashville, Tennessee, picking number one. What position would you draft, bro?
I'm drafting quarterback, bro. So this is the time to change the mindset of your organization. This is a time to change your mindset of your fan base. It's time to do your evaluation. I'm going quarterback, and how I'm evaluating the quarterback position this year is I'm throwing the house at it. So if you have played Madden, if you've played NCAA 2025, that's an amazing game, by the way. You know that game, or 2024, whatever. You know that game, you can throw points at recruiting, right? So I can send the coach, I can send the staff, I can do a lot with that particular thing. I'm going to take that same approach, and I'm sending every scout that I have in the building to evaluate those two quarterbacks. Or matter of fact, you can do all quarterbacks. I don't even care. You can do all quarterbacks. Like, do your evaluation, do your homework, but do your homework. Invest in this position. If they like analytics that much, you got your analytic team, have them work overtime to see what their throwing tendencies are. How often do they go through their progressions? How fast the ball come out of their hand? What certain things? How poised are they in the pocket? Do they have pocket presence? I want to have a retrospective of saying, okay, we know what went wrong. We know what has been going wrong for this organization for years. Okay. We do good with bridge quarterbacks, but for some reason we keep hearing we can't develop quarterbacks. Well, then you can change that narrative today, okay, or this offseason by saying, hey, we go out and get our quarterback. Let's invest and let's make sure we change the narrative on how he prepares. What is his preparation when it comes to preparing for games, right, for the offseason? Is your head in the books? Do you eat? Do you football, right? That's what type of quarterback I need, right? The size, the cool, that physical crap, at that point, I'm throwing it out the window because we've seen it. We had a physical specimen here in Will Levis. We've seen how that went, right? Everybody's trying to be Josh Allen. Be yourself. That's just all I got to say. So I'm going quarterback. That's matter of fact, let's look at the teams that are in the playoffs now, right? Let's look at the quarterbacks that were drafted last year. Bo Nix, first round. Jaden Daniels, first round. Last year, C.J. Stroud went to the playoffs, right? Bryce Young is coming on. Even though he had that down year, he had a rookie year. He had to get his stuff together, but it clicked for him, right? If you have a quarterback that's successful in college, like Cam Ward or Shedeur, right? specifically Cam Ward, who broke record for touchdown passes, that tends to transition to the NFL, a la Jaden Daniels, right? He threw for what, 6,000 yards in college or some crazy
Something
astronomical
crazy, man.
number?
Something crazy, dude.
Some crazy number. That transitioned to the NFL. All right. Michael Penix Jr., what the Falcons did was genius. Okay. That was genius. That was genius. That's how you continue to build your organization. That's how you continue to make your organization great when you go out and get a quarterback. Now, again, this is the same thing that we look at, and as Titans fans, I've seen in the comment section already. I don't want a quarterback. Let's get one in the second round. Let's do this. You got to get that out your mindset, because if we continue to think like that, this organization will continue to be mediocre. I don't know about y'all. I want to go back to the Super Bowl, and this time I want to win it. I know some people probably wasn't born when the Super Bowl, when the Titans went to the Super Bowl. We were. We seen it. We need that excitement again, and we need a quarterback.
Facts. Facts, Jacques. Facts, bro. Facts. So, Jacques.
Yes, sir.
So, it's apparent, and shout out to everybody that's joining the show. If you join us for Bleacher Report as well, too, y'all, this is live on YouTube. So we are, discussing a few things or whatever, and then we're going to get to the live chop up in just a second. So it's apparent that you and I want us to draft a quarterback for sure. Mm-hmm. Which one, Jacques? If you had to pick, bro. Which one?
So this is going to change. This is subject to change, or it might not change. Both quarterbacks have their strengths, and of course, both quarterbacks have their weaknesses. When I look at our system and our scheme, Cam Ward fits our scheme a little bit better than Shedeur, right?
Yep.
And I like Cam's poise. And I think we've been saying this throughout the entire season because we've had this quarterback conversation.
Yep.
And I've kind of stuck with Cam. I think Cam had the better bowl game. Shedeur struggled a little bit. But if you want to bring a face to the franchise, you want to put some butts in some seats, if you want to sell tickets in that new stadium, go get you your Shedeur Sanders. I guarantee you're gonna sell something now, because you're gonna garner new fan base. You're gonna garner new fans, right? Yep. You went to Jackson State, okay? You might get those fans from Mississippi. Don't know if those fans want to be Titans fans, but you might get those fans from Mississippi, Boulder, Colorado. You get a new certain fan base. But I like Cam Ward because of the fact that he still has things to work on, but he's a little bit more polished. But it's like comparing apples to apples almost. It's like, because Shedeur's polished as well too, and he's ready as well too. So they're both battle tested. I know people look at the playoff thing, but they didn't take their teams to the college playoff. Okay, that's fine. I don't look at that as big, because I'm like, okay, yeah, you're a winner in college, but does it sometimes transition? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. So for me, give me Cam Ward right now. Just right now. Like, again, it's subject to change, because you know how we do. We do a lot of film study. We do a lot of stuff in our offseason. So I'm going to see something, and we'll give our full breakdown throughout the season.
Yep. But
y'all go from there. Hulk, who you taking?
So here's the thing, man. Me personally, I think Cam Ward is a better prospect for us, for the Titans, based on the fact that he's just a little bit more mobile. And I still think it's not a thing. Our offensive line is not set yet. We're not set. And so going into next season, we don't know how we're going to look on the offensive line, especially on the right side and even on our tackle spot, right? Because right tackle is a need for us, for sure. And I understand people would want us to trade the pick. And we spoke earlier, and shout out to my boy Brett. If we did trade the pick, if we traded down to like 2 or 3, and we could still get a quarterback and get a tackle, cool, right? Or get something or get more picks, cool. But quarterback should still be the one calling for us in the first round, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is rare to be the number 1 team in the draft. This does not happen often, okay? We happened to us in 2016, and we traded the pick then. We still don't have a Super Bowl. Right? We ended up picking up Derrick Henry, the arguably the greatest player in Titans history, but at the end of the day, we still don't have a Super Bowl. So a lot of these quarterbacks that's in the playoffs, the majority of them are first-round picks. And it's up to Brian Callahan. And again, Brinker, I'm talking to you. Rand Carthon, I'm talking to you. And Brian Callahan, I'm absolutely talking to you. If you see and you watch film and you see that this is the quarterback that you want, if it's Cam Ward, develop him. Get him ready. Get the front line protective, and then get this guy to do something. Let him learn. Let him do well. Now, if we want butts and seats, you got to draft Shedeur Sanders. You got to draft Shador. Its fans already want Shador Sanders just that alone. And I'm not sitting there telling y'all that Cam Ward or Shador just going to be automatic, surefire Pro Bowlers. They're going to be this and they're going to be great. I'm not saying that because we don't know what these players are going to do. But that's how bad we need a quarterback. But I do think Cam is a bit more talented than Shador for our offense. But I'd be fine with either one. I mean, even Shador himself said, "Hey, legendary, let's go. Let's get to Tennessee." So that's kind of what I feel, man, for as far as the number one pick in the draft.
Derek DB with the 199 super chat. He says, shout out to the King for making history this weekend.
Yep, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, D Brown, the King is having a ball, bro. He is really enjoying himself with the Ravens, man. Like he ran for 1,900 yards. He ain't got a scratch on him, bro. It looks crazy to me, man.
You're
But
right.
Derek Brown, boom, Derek Brown in the building. Appreciate it, Derek Brown.
Hey, and real quick, Hawk, before we get to the next segment, the reason why he doesn't look like he's sweating or or has a scratch on him is because he have a quarterback. He has a legit quarterback that's taking the pressure off of him when he doesn't have to be the main focal point. That's why we need a quarterback.
Facts.
That's why you need a quarterback.
Yep.
He had to be a workhorse. Poe Henry, we gave us some fabulous stuff, but my man had to be a workhorse here. There, he ain't got to be no workhorse, man.
That's right.
I got doing his thing, dog.
That's right.
Anyway, my bad, Hawk. Keep going.
No worries. Hey, y'all, first of all, hey, listen, the comments in this comment section have been incredible. So we appreciate the comments, y'all. Y'all keep throwing those questions out there as we get to our favorite part of the show, and that is the live chop up. So we want to give you all an opportunity, of course, man, to throw out those questions, man, to give you all to sit at the dinner table, man, chop up some ingredients, throw those questions out there for us. We're going to fire off as many questions as we can. Let's get chopping.
All right, let's go here. So there's a bunch of questions that, fire off at the beginning of the show. So let me scroll up and let's see what we got here. Yeah, they fired him. So I anticipate Mike Vrabel being a New England Patriot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tay Martin. Let's see here. I've seen a couple of questions. Oh.
We just threw a question out there to y'all as well. Cam or Shador, man? I want to know. I want to get the vibe of what everyone else thinks too, bro. All right. Yeah, I think you got some start up, Jacques.
I do. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. All right. So Tommy D, what would y'all think? Would y'all think by trading the number one pick? What do we think about trading the number one pick for more picks? So Hawk just threw out a scenario, and I think Stanley did too. Stanley threw out the same scenario as well.
Yep.
Go ahead, Hawk.
Yeah, Stanley's answer here is pretty good, man.
Yep.
Trade picks with Cleveland, get a 2025 third and a 2026 first. We can still get our quarterback. Yes. So, yeah, if Cleveland's number 2. But here's my thought, Stanley. Why would they do that?
Right.
They're number 2.
They're
Why?
Number 2. Yep.
Unless they know that we're going to draft the quarterback that they want. So that's a negotiation that they'll need to have, right? So, it's possible. But here's the thing. Cleveland doesn't need a quarterback. They got Deshaun Watson, right? So I think they're going to roll with Deshaun. Deshaun actually saying he's going to take a pay cut next year. So not next year, the year after. So, it's not – and Jacques, you spoke between our shows about who's ahead of us, right, in the draft.
Yeah,
right?
that's why
– quarterback. Let's pull that up, Jacques. I'll let you take the microphone from here, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me take that super chat off the screen here. So the reason why I want to look at this, if the Titans currently have 8 picks in this year's draft, all right, that's more than we've had in the past 2 or 3 years. And when I look at this, I'm looking at Vegas and New York, right? So Vegas and New York need quarterbacks because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back next year. Carolina doesn't need a quarterback. Jacksonville doesn't need a quarterback. New England doesn't need a quarterback. The Giants need a quarterback. Cleveland needs a quarterback. Cleveland doesn't need it. So the Raiders, if they don't throw the house at us, they always can move up to number 2. They can move up to number 4, right? If that's how bad the Raiders want Shador Sanders, boom, move up to number 4. Boom, we get what we get. New York gets who they get, or they can move up to Cleveland. Then it's all of a sudden it's the Titans and 2. Then they're battling, right? At that point, you got more draft capital. You can be like, all right, cool. We'll move down with you this. So when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at every team on here that really needs a quarterback. Titans, Giants, the Raiders, now New York, because, again, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back to New York. That puts them in a bad situation. Yeah, that's about it. So if we do move up, and I'm with you, Hawk, why would Cleveland move up to number 2 unless they want Travis Hunter? We're not picking Travis Hunter. Well, let me say never, because you never know. But if they want Travis Hunter and we call like a bluff or we put something out there that we're interested in Travis Hunter, then I can see that. I can see Cleveland picking Travis Hunter. Certain scenarios here that I'm looking at, I'm like, interesting. But say if the Raiders want to move up to number 1 and we move down to number 8, what are we doing, people? Okay. You move up there, and I've heard people, they want Carter from Penn State. You're not going to get Carter. Travis Hunter. If you wanted Travis Hunter, you're not giving Travis Hunter, because that's in just looking at this thing is realistically, the Jets and the Raiders would be a perfect place for them to move up to number 1 to take our spot. That'll bump us down to number 7, and it'll bump us down to number 8. Now, the Vegas Raiders are playing right now, so we don't know if they lose, if they bump up. But if they if they happen to win and they bump down some more, then that puts them in another situation, right?
Yep.
So Jets are playing right now also. So we don't know, even with them, if they win, then that bumps them down. So it makes it a little bit more easier at that point to say, okay, hey, Raiders, hey, Jets, if y'all 13, man, y'all giving us the next first-round picks for the next 5 years. That just is what it is. Yep. Other than that, I'm staying put. Now, you still have the second round. Now, I did read something, Hawk, breaking news. Shout out to Paul Kaharski on this. So in the second round, technically, we have the third round. We have the third pick. It goes off the ties of schedule. So we tied schedules, right?
Right.
So in the second round, we bump down to number 3. So in that instance, if you want to get a third round pick or so, you still have draft capital in the second round to play with. If you don't see a receiver, if you don't see any best player available, hey, give me a third round pick. We out the third round anyway. I need a third round pick. I'll take your spot.
I don't think we have a third round pick, Jacques.
No, we don't. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if you see anybody that wants to trade up to that third pick, and say, hey, Titans, hey, we see our guy. We look like we might not get him. Do you mind if we take your third round pick in the second round? If so, we'll give you our third round pick and maybe a 7th round pick, next year's 7th round pick for your second round pick, and then we trade places. Then at that point, you got more draft capital. Then you got a 3rd round pick. With that 3rd round pick, you can continue to build this roster. So I just wanted to look at that, man, and just break that down.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me see. Blazer Fire, I want to bring this up. So, Blazer Fire, I looked at your comment earlier, and it looks like you do not want to get a quarterback in this draft. Hold on. Okay, so Blazer Fire, he says trade. Levis will be with us next year. We need a vet to teach. We need more draft capital. Can't have 2 rookie quarterbacks on the same roster. Feel around the 2026 quarterback draft. Who better? Now, Hawk, I know you're going to challenge him. I'm going to challenge him on this. Hawk, I'm going to let you challenge him.
No, go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to break this question down. I mean, this statement, I'm going to break it down. All right. So you say trade down. 1, how far are you trading down? 2, if Will Levis comes back here next year, he's going to get Rand Carthon and Brian Callahan fired, okay? 3, when you say we need a vet, if you go get Kirk Cousins, right now Kirk Cousins is on the bench, and Kirk Cousins' play is starting to decline, and he's going to break the bank. He's going to want astronomical numbers, which, hey, do your thing. More draft capital, you got 8 draft picks right now. Now, again, if you want to move down 1 or 2 spots, I'm okay with that. Do your thing. But if you're talking about moving from 1 to 10, nah, hell no. I'm cool with that. Can't have 2 rookie quarterbacks on the same roster. So are you calling Will Levis a rookie, or are you saying, what are you saying? Now, I agree with you. If you do bring in a veteran quarterback, you can have him compete or whatnot, but who is the veteran quarterback, right? And then what says that we get an option at the 2026 quarterbacks and we don't have an option to get that top 10 pick anymore, right? Say if we happen to be decent and we picking 13, 14, 15. Then what? Then you put yourself in another situation. So in this situation, in this scenario, we've seen this before. Ain't no guarantee in 2026 you're going to have the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd pick in the draft or the 5th pick in the draft. Just ain't no guarantee. So when you got that 1st pick, you might want to take advantage of it. Go ahead, Hawk.
Facts, Jacques. So, well, bring that comment back up, Jacques.
Oh,
If you
yes,
don't
sir.
mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So as far as bringing in a vet, I'm fine with bringing in a vet to teach, like, because I think Shador and Cam, I'm not gonna sit there and tell y'all that they're ready, because they're not. They're not. It's gonna take time. And in other drafts, Cam and Shador would not be the top picks in this draft. That's just I don't, at least that's what I think too, right?
Facts on
So
paper.
so yeah, I do agree with bringing in a vet. Yes. But to even have the vet to start off the season, have Cam or Shador to be as a backup to learn, just kind of like what Michael Penix and other quarterbacks have done and things like that. We do need more draft capital. I do agree with that. What we're saying is, in 2026, it's not a guarantee for us to pick at a certain spot to get this better quarterback. It's not a guarantee. So we're basically saying next year we're going to suck too. That means we're going to be the worst team in the league next year. Two will be the bottom two or bottom three. My hope is that people wouldn't think that we should tank next season before the season even starts. The hope is to be better so we don't have to do that. So we do need more draft picks. Yes, we do. And what we're saying is, if you do trade the pick, only trade down maybe 1 or 2 picks down. That's all we're saying, to get more picks or whatever. We're not going all the way down. You know what I mean? So
I agree. No, yeah. I agree. I agree. Let's see here. He says, Awakening to Eternal says, what about before the draft and the offseason as it comes to a vet? So Eric threw out a great scenario. He said, what about Kyler Murray or Dak Prescott? Now, the problem with those two, Dak, I don't know what's wrong with Dak.
And Dak ain't going nowhere. He just signed a $50 million contract per year.
I don't think Kyler's going anywhere either. I think they're building around those. When quarterbacks like that, you keep them. You do not let them go. Justin Fields, I've heard the thing about Justin Fields. I don't think the Steelers are going to let Justin Fields go, because he can literally be Wilson's replacement once Wilson is done. Right? Why would I do that? McCaffrey from the Vikings. It's the same concept.
Yep.
Why the hell would I give up my rookie quarterback that I was doing decent, that got hurt, and then turn around and say, okay, hey, we're going to ship him off somewhere where he can be great, and we're going to stick with Sam Darnold? No. Hell no. I'm preparing for this is how organizations like the Packers, help me out. Organizations that continue to be great because of the Packers. I'm gonna use them as the primary example. When they went out and traded for Brett Favre. Brett Favre came in here, did his thing, won him a Super Bowl. Then they get Aaron Rodgers. And in that thought process as a GM at that time, they're thinking of the future. They're saying, hey, we want another Super Bowl in the next 5-6 years. We need to draft our next successor to this player, right? Boom, did it. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers for another maybe 10 years, Hawk? Is that 10 years? I think, whatever. Then all of a sudden they say, okay, hey, you know what? Matt LaFleur, you come in, do your thing. You know what? Hey, Jim, we need a quarterback. Why do you need a quarterback? You still got Aaron Rodgers. He's performing at a high rate. No, we need to prepare for our future. Let's go out and get Jordan Love. Where are the Packers at now, Hawk?
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs, exactly. In the playoffs. Then they went and got Malik. Not saying Malik gonna be anything, but he won them some games. So they have their formula. Their formula that they have, teams are adopting it. The Falcons did it this year. Even though the Falcons didn't go to the playoffs, Michael Penix Jr. got in there, dog. He looked pretty decent, bro. He looked pretty decent. He just ain't got no playing time. But he got playing time now, but he gets a whole season next year to really get it cracking.
That's right.
Wasn't good enough to make. Don't get me started on Jackson Dart. What about Quentin Ewers?
I don't think they were that loaded. Ole Miss, not this year. They were better last year, in my opinion. But yeah, Quentin Ewers, not for the first. Not for, ladies and gentlemen. We have the number 1 pick in the draft. Quentin Ewers is not the number 1 pick in the draft. No, and it was so trade, and then pick him up in the 3rd round. Is that what we want to do, to put our franchise quarterback as a 3rd round pick? Look at the NFL teams in the playoffs. They are 1st round picks. Most of them are 1st round picks.
Yep, that's
the only one I can think of that isn't is Jalen Hurts. He was a 2nd round pick. Everyone else are 1st round picks.
But he was a 3rd round pick, Hawk, I think. Was 2nd or 3rd?
2nd round pick.
A 2nd round pick. Yeah. He's a 2nd round pick. Yep. And he had time. Didn't he have time to sit or something crazy?
He did.
Yeah, he had time to sit. But they can do that. Their teams are already established.
Yep.
Their team's baseline is there.
Look at this comment right here, Jacques.
Let me see. Do y'all believe Ward and Levis share a lot of the same intangibles and need more time to study the film?
So I tell you this, everyone. Yes, there are some similarities. As crazy as it might sound for Cam Ward and Will Levis. Yes, Cam Ward sometimes plays hero ball. He does. When the pressure's on, sometimes he just throw it out there, like, what are you doing? And sometimes if he gets this, something Shador doesn't do. When he moves around and somebody tries to sack the quarterback, he'll just throw it like, don't do that. But we'll talk about that in a second. What
Shout out
up,
to my
Carl?
pops, man. Shout out to my pops, man. For the
What's happening?
499.
What's
He
happening?
said, well, Miss Amy influenced the number one pick. She influenced Rand to
Ooh.
pick Will Levis, which did not work out. Hey, go ahead.
All right,
Hey, pops.
Mr. Trigg.
Go ahead.
Do-do-do-do.
Boom.
Mr. Trigg in the building. Appreciate
Yes,
it,
sir.
sir. Well, I got to
So-
answer for that. Go, Joe. Go for it, Jacques. Go
So
for
funny story. Me and my pops, we were watching the draft. And right when we drafted Will, and he was the first one to say it. Like, he was on it. And I think I told you how, I think later on. He said, hey, son. He said, Amy Adams Strunk picked Will Levis. And I'm over here going off. And all of a sudden, there was a report that came out. Rand did a podcast, and he confirmed it. Amy had a big influence in the number one pick. Now, Pops, answer your question. I hope not. 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 Because we see where Amy's thought process is. She's more, instead of proactive, she's more reactive, right? She's more of, oh, I see him. Who he got? He look, oh man, draft him now. Draft him now. Now, this is work. This is work, and this hasn't worked. This has worked in a way of when we were about to trade Derrick Henry to the Ravens last year, she vetoed it.
Yep.
But it also hasn't worked in several things when it comes to the Will Levis pick. Also, when it comes to the Mike Vrabel thing as well, right? And so when I'm looking at this, that's why I said on the Bleacher Report show, if Amy wants to go down there when they go and visit these quarterbacks, by all means, please do. Because it allows her to fill that pick out as a person. Because she seems like she likes to fill out the person, right? That's the thing. Does she fill out this Big Team Titan TV? Funny, bro. She needs to go out there and fill them out. If she wants some type of collaboration or influence, she needs to trust her peoples that she hired. And that's where Rand and that's where Callahan needs to come in and say, hey, Amy, I've put together a 5-page PowerPoint of things of what we're going to do to get better and how we're going to fix this. And this is what I'm looking at to do this, and this. So I hope she doesn't have as big as influence, and I hope she's learned from that it's partially her fault while we're in this situation.
Yep.
And not knocking Amy, but go ahead, Hawk. Go ahead.
Let me tell you this, y'all. I absolutely think Amy will have an influence on this. I do. Because she has a stadium to fill out. She hears the fans, folks. She does, okay? And we know Amy is very trigger happy, okay? Yes, she was the influence of Will Levis, and she got it wrong. And she wants to make amends, right? She's listening like, oh my gosh, Shador and Cam Ward, are you telling me they might want to play here? And we know the type of fanfare that we need here because our team's boring as hell and we have no superstar player. And then when you have Shador tweeting this on Sports Center saying legendary, y'all don't think Amy's looking at that?
Yep.
Cam Ward might be the better prospect, but Shador's going to bring butts to the seats. So I think Amy is listening. Amy's going to say, listen, Callahan, listen, Rand, listen, Britcher, if y'all want your jobs, you better draft Shador and you better make it work. You better make it work. Now, again, I'm not saying that's happened yet. I'm not going to say it will happen. But I'm saying is we're in a really tough situation, in a weird situation because Nashville's continuing to grow. Did y'all see the New Year's party that happened here? Folks don't understand. Nashville is like you got New York, LA, Vegas, Miami. Nashville's next. Nashville's right there. Do y'all not understand how it is here in Nashville, bro? Nashville is popping, bro. So it's like we got a whole new stadium to fill out. We got a city that's growing. We need a face of the franchise. Will Levis, though he's eating a lot of mayonnaise, he ain't it. I'm telling you. I think she will. We'll see.
Okay. And with that being said, every person that's saying bring back Will Levis next season, what is your plan? Because you might not have an option or opportunity to hit with Drew Aller or Arch Manning. You might not have that. We might not be picking in the number one. Because like you said, Hawk, if we're picking number one next year, Rand and company is gone.
Exactly.
They cleaning house.
That's
right.
They
cleaning house.
Clean house.
And all them veterans we got, they about to clean house.
Yep.
So then you start. The problem is you start your clock over. You're going to be like the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears is a poverty franchise right now. They continue to transition head coaches. They continue to see what they did to Justin Fields. Justin Fields was catching his win. Then they get rid of him. Then you go up and get Caleb. Are they going to do that to Caleb Williams? You see what I'm
They
saying?
might. They might.
Caleb. Like a lot of these owners are more emotional when they come to making decisions versus logical. They don't
Right.
think like that. And it's a fast paced. We live in a fast paced society anyway, so they
Right.
want results now. It's a microwave.
Yeah.
Cedric says,
Real quick, Jacques.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for y'all in the comment section. We talking a lot about Cam. We talking a lot about Shador as a quarterback. What if Drew Allard decides to go pro? Now he said he wouldn't, but Drew Allard from Penn State is an interesting prospect here. He's 6'5", 230. He's in the playoffs. He balled out the last game. If he balls out for the next 2 games and wins a national championship, if I'm his agent, go to the draft this year. If I'm his agent, go now.
I want to look at more tape. I like the measurables, but I also want to see what you can do. Can you go through your progress? I told you, man, the measurables to me now, bro, I'm cool on them. I don't care if you're 6'6", 7 foot, and you can throw a ball across the 2 stadiums. Man, can you read defenses, bro? Can you go through your progressions? How smart are you when it comes to X's and O's? Are you a leader? What's your attitude like? Are you a team first guy? Another thing, what's your preparation like? That's why I'm gonna keep going back to preparation when I talk about quarterbacks, because when I hear about Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, you want to be. If I'm a quarterback coming out of this, I want to be like them. I'm striving to be like them. I'm sorry, those are the greats. How did you prepare? I'm calling Drew now. Hey, how did you prepare, man? Hey, that's why I like Shador too, because Shador has worked with Tom Brady. Shador has said, "Hey, Tom, hey, I need you to help me." He has that mentorship. What are you doing mentorship? When Will Levis got drafted, he was asking about brand deals and mayonnaise. We ain't got no time for that crap. So I like it. It'll be interesting. If he's there, I guarantee you he'll be up there. He'll probably be more buzz than Cam and Shador for a fact. I guarantee you. Matter of fact, I say this, Hawk. If he does decide to come out, he's in play for the number one. He'll be in play. Watch.
He will be in
He'll
play.
be in play.
He will be
He'll
in
be in play.
Especially
He'll
if
be in
he
play.
wins the national championship.
Yep, he'll be in play.
To me, that's impressive. Because we could talk about quarterbacks and size and Will Levis and all that. If Drew Allard wins a national championship as a sophomore in college, that's impressive. That means, like, I'm a winner out here. You know what I'm saying? I got size, yes, but I win out here. And then of course, we're gonna watch tape on all the quarterbacks for sure. Because, like I said, I'm not even saying he's worthy of a first pick either, right? You know what I mean? Not really, right? But we're so in desperate need of a quarterback. It's kind of like, okay, who could be the best of these 3 if he decides? You know what I mean?
And I like the winning aspect, but we've been there before because Vince Young won a championship too. Shout out to Vince. He watched the show, man. That's my guy. But so Awaken says, who is the only for sure franchise player in the draft? Franchise player.
Yeah. Well, probably Travis Hunter.
Hunter for sure. But is he a building block?
What do you say? I'm sorry.
Is he a building block? I love Travis.
I don't know, Jacques. That's a good point, bro. Like, it's hard to be a building block
at corner
or receiver. Like maybe receiver, but to be a building block early, quarterback
and left tackle. Yep, left tackle.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter. The thing about Abdul Carter, and how I'm gonna let you cook on this. Go ahead and give your theory about, and I know it's OG Weekly fans in here, but give your theory about sacks, man. Go ahead, like chop it up about sacks. I hear Abdul Carter too. Is he worth the number 1 pick?
No, he's not. He's not worth the number 1 pick. No, he's not. Abdul Carter is a hell of a ball player, and when you look at defensive end, this draft to me is not that good. Honestly, there's not a lot. There's gonna be a lot of players that get drafted early. If they had been drafted some years past, they probably been drafted 2 rounds later. I'm sitting there telling y'all about quarterback. I'm sitting there telling y'all. I'm not sitting there telling you Shador, Cam, Drew Allard, any of them are worthy of the first pick of the draft. But what's our plan? We need a quarterback. So with Abdul Carter, and people might disagree with me on this, I do not think quarterback sacks is worthy of a first pick of the draft. I don't think it's that important. It's so many players that lead the teams and lead the NFL in sacks and don't make the playoffs. Look at Myles Garrett this year. Look at Trey Hendrickson. The Bengals might not make the playoffs. He's unbelievable. But look at Myles Garrett with the Browns. They need to take it to a team that can win. So sacks are only important if they're fumbles. Now, if they're fumbles, that's huge. And I'm not saying they're saying it's not important. It is important. But I don't think it's that important over a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You have guys 15 to 20 sacks. They didn't win no Super Bowl because of that.
Right.
Look at the Jets defense back in the 80s. They didn't win a Super Bowl in the 80s, right? The Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters, they didn't win a Super Bowl during that time frame. It's so many, you know what I'm saying? Every so you might get a Lawrence Taylor, but that's a once in a lifetime player. Once in a lifetime. And let's not act like the New York Giants that have a hell of a defense in general. Their defense was amazing. Right? They had Carl Banks, they had Pepper Johnson, they had a whole bunch of guys out there. So if you're gonna pick one, pick a quarterback.
Awaken to the eternal. He says, do we need a franchise quarterback or do we just need a quarterback who can read a check down? No, you need a franchise quarterback. When I hear read a check down, I think of somebody like a Brock Purdy, right? The 49ers were already set up to be something great, right? When they had Jimmy G and all them. We need something that we haven't had in a long time, which was a Steve McNair, who was a franchise quarterback and had longevity here and took us to a Super Bowl. Like that whole shebang took us to a Super Bowl. And we haven't had that in a while. So you need to find your franchise quarterback. And when you have the number 1 pick in the draft, it could be a once in a lifetime, maybe every decade type of opportunity to see how this team is. We're not the Jags. But you see, the Jags usually get these opportunities all the time because they're always trash. So they're able to build their organization like this. This actually reminds me of when the Bengals were trash, right? Remember when the Bengals were trash? They had just got Zach Taylor. I think Callahan was on that staff. And that year, what was their record, Hawk? They were horrible.
They were horrible.
They were trash.
I think they only won 3 games.
And then they lucked up and got Joe Burrow, right? They got Joe Burrow. They stuck to their guns. They said, we're going to go out and get Joe Burrow. The second year, that year after that, they were slick trash again, but they had a quarterback who was like, man, I remember, I'll never forget this, Hawk. We were watching the game. Hawk said, man, he cold, man. He beat us single-handedly. Man, he said, Joe Burrow cold, bro. Joe Burrow cold. The following year, they got Jamar Chase, and he took him to a doggone Super Bowl.
That's right.
Took him to a Super Bowl, right? So if you get an opportunity and you see it, take it. Don't sit there and wait on it. Don't look at the teams that are in the playoffs now, man. And the Broncos are knocking on the door. Freaking Bo Nix is balling. Jaden Daniels is balling. Michael Penix is balling. Well, was balling because their season is over. These organizations are saying, you know what, we're going to take a chance, because how do we know Jaden Daniels was going to turn out to be
absolutely
what he was, right? Because you heard the same thing. Oh, Jaden Daniels, man, he's not good, man. Bo Nix too. Bo Nix is another one, because I heard a lot of trash in Bo Nix. We in SEC country, we know he went to Oregon, did his thing, but Bo Nix is balling. They don't look like rookies. Unfortunately, our quarterback Will Levis still looks like he's still playing like a rookie. There's no progression. Like, what are we doing, right? So when I look at this, hey, get your franchise quarterback if he's there. Let's see. What Tommy Dixon says, what veteran quarterback would you sign next year? Man, that list is very short. You got anybody?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would like Justin Fields, man. If Pittsburgh was to say, I think that would be a great option to have Fields and a rookie quarterback, man. I think that would be really good. I just don't know if you'll be able to. I mean, you got, some people saying that Seattle might let go of Geno Smith. There'll be a possibility. Of course, you got Kirk Cousins, you got Aaron Rodgers. I don't want those guys. I don't know, man. I don't know. Those are names that we're hearing. You know what I'm saying? It could be possible, veteran quarterbacks. But I do think we need a veteran quarterback, Tommy. At the end of the day, it just depends on who. And then we draft a QB, have him as an understudy, and go from there. Because I don't think, and I might be wrong, I think Cam North should do already week 1 to be the starting quarterback for us. I don't see that. They need to learn. I think Shador needs to learn to his foot quickness is a problem. He that's an issue for him. You can clearly see that. Like, and then with Cam Ward, at times he does play hero ball. He's got to be careful for that too, right? So they need to learn. So yeah,
you got David Carr.
Yep.
Which shout out to my boy Joe. He's a Saints fan. Saints fans, they're gonna rock with you when they rock with you, but when they ready for you to move on, they're gonna ready for you to move on. They want a quarterback. That's another team that needs a quarterback. They got Spencer Rattler, but the Gage and Saints fans, they not a fan, right? It's not a lot of options, man. Like you sold me on the Justin Fields thing for sure. You sold me, man. You sold me when you pitched that to me. I was like, yeah, I said, you know what? Yes, because he fits what Callahan wants to do, right?
Yep.
And then you bring in a rookie and whatnot, and let him compete. If you feel like he's better, cool. I wish Russell Wilson was coming out this year because I wouldn't mind getting a Russell Wilson type.
He might
Geno
if they
Smith
feel,
too.
he might based on Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's see how the playoffs go for them. Man, we got new people in here, man.
Pittsburgh's trash. They don't even deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm shocked they're in the playoffs. They've lost 4 or 5 in a row, man. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, shout out to the new people that are watching the show, man.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
And Tizmo, what's happening?
As Tizmo says, anyway, we can avoid a quarterback with the number 1 pick. I think
who's going to be our quarterback? So go ahead, Jacques.
Only way you can avoid is if you trade. If you trade for one of those quarterbacks that's sitting on the bench on somebody's team that's just sitting there, you might want to look at the list of free agent quarterbacks that'll be coming out. I mean, free agents quarterbacks that are coming out next year.
Yep.
And see what you have from a backup perspective, because at the end of the day, they're going to be a backup. You're not getting a top tier quarterback in this class. Now, with the number 1 pick, if we do that, you still need to draft a quarterback. But hypothetically, say if we don't, then what do you do? Right?
Yep.
I know people, and I know people's thought process is that people have their faves, and that's normal, right? You definitely gonna have your favorite of what you want. Your favorite might not be there.
Yep.
You might not be in a position to pick your favorite because you might need this, you might need that, you might need this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and then he has a follow-up question. What is the next deep quarterback class? They saying next year, but I don't know. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you have
maybe next year. I don't know.
You got quarterbacks in next year's draft. I mean, you got Arch Manning, of course. You got the Sellers guy from South Carolina. You got him. Even Nico from UT. I'm sure he'll be in that conversation. You got Garrett Nesmeyer from LSU. You got Drew Allard from Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Kansas quarterback in Jalen Daniels.
Got the kid from Arkansas. He's pretty solid.
Yep, he is. The Arizona State quarterback probably get some looks too. Levitt, that guy. The Boise State QB was pretty good this year too. I wanted people to look at the Clemson quarterback, Klubnik or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there are quarterbacks out there. But the names I'm naming, they're unproven. I don't know.
And that's my point. Like,
I've named 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah. That's my point when it comes to a lot of this stuff is I have to see more, like Arch Manning. So I know a lot of people are giving Arch Manning the crown already. I'm like, the Joker hasn't even really taken a full season of snaps. Yep. Not doubting that he can do it, right? But my thing is, can I get at least an offseason to see what we're doing, right?
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? Can I get an offseason, right? So I'm looking at, let me see. I'm bringing up the 2025 top NFL free agents next year, right? And a lot of these guys might be signed or whatnot. And I'm just looking. You got T. Higgins, I'm not breaking the bank for T. Higgins, but so Hawk, they got Dak Prescott here.
Okay. I'm shocked. I was thinking he signed an extension.
And CD Lamb. You got CD Lamb.
Yeah, I knew about
Brandon Ayuk.
Yep.
Got Trey Smith, who's a guard.
Hey, let me that is prior to the free agent. That was before. You want to look at 2025.
Yeah, it's saying 2025. Whoever made this article, man, they need to update.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
Yeah,
because all those guys have been signed.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
Okay,
this might be this is a good one.
Okay.
So you got, of course, Sam Darnold, which I don't think the Minnesota Vikings are going to let him go. I'm sorry, y'all. I wouldn't let him go. I'm looking specifically for offense. So Justin Fields is a free agent. I don't know if the Steelers will let him go. We'll see. They might want to go younger. I don't know. Let me see. You got D-Hop, Hassan Reddick, Hawk. I'm looking strictly for offense. That's all. I see a lot of defensive players. Russell Wilson, I think Hawk is a free agent next year.
Yep, he is. Yeah, because he only signed a 1-year deal with Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they might go Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Russell will not want to go nowhere. He found his home in Pittsburgh.
Right. Ronnie Stanley, offensive tackle for the Ravens. Now I don't know if the Ravens let him go,
or they have
but
enough money to keep him. I don't know.
he's a left tackle.
Yep.
And I've heard
He's hella good too, man. It's number 79. He's really good.
Moving. What's his name to the right side? You want to fix your right side? You got that? Let me see. Yeah, man. This free agents class is it's iffy, dog. It's iffy. Yeah. It's iffy. It's real iffy. This is not to seem to be a good year for really anything, right? This overall draft, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not impressed with.
Yeah, exactly. Me neither.
I'm not impressed with this overall draft. Like I was just going through the whole draft and I was like, this is not a really good draft. And Tommy Dixon, Sam Darnold. The thing about Sam Darnold's situation is perfect. Sam Darnold has he has one of the best receivers in the NFL. He has another 2 good receiver. He has pieces around him that the Titans don't have right now.
That's right.
We don't have a Justin Jefferson. You need to go out and get you a Justin Jefferson. So I wouldn't, if I was him, I wouldn't want to come here.
Yep.
I'm sorry. So there you go. You got Nico, like you said, Hawk. They're prove it. Yeah, prove it. Like because if you wait again, Rand Carthon and him ain't gonna be here next year, dog.
Yep.
Let's see. What if next year's quarterback class is not good? Then what do we do? So what are you saying, JS? Are you saying the 2025 or 2026 quarterback class? Can you put some clarification on that? It is, Johnny, you're right. It is a good running back class. I will agree with that. It is a good running back class. We need a running back. You straight. But JS, can you
running back class is pretty good this year? Yeah, that's definitely not a need for us, but it is a good. If we're gonna draft a running back, maybe in the 5th round or something, but it's not. We don't need a running back. I'm good on running back.
Yep. So JS75, what are you saying? Are you asking for 2025 or 2026? This wide receiver class, they're good to me. They're good number 2s. This wide receiver class, I don't see any wide receiver 1s that I can trust and say you're my wide receiver 1 if I needed one.
Yep.
But wide receiver 2, I wouldn't mind drafting a receiver in this class. And the kid from LSU, I forgot his name. Yeah, you're correct, Ocho. Nobody at that game, dog.
What up, Ocho? What's happening, boss? Yeah, same here, man. I ain't heard. I saw it even on TV, bro.
Yeah, nobody at that. Wasn't nobody at that game, man.
Yep.
Like seriously, like the game. Yeah. Let me see. Hawk, I'm gonna put up the 2026 draft real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to quarterbacks. Okay. So yeah, everything that you got up there, Hawk, is you're correct. Let's see. Yep, Lenore Sellers.
Yep.
Garrett Newsemeyer. Jade. Again, would you end up in the same situation as you are this draft? Would it be only 2 or 3 that's pretty solid? When I think of a deep quarterback class, I think you can get about 3 or 4 that's really going to be good starters in the NFL.
Absolutely, sir. Facts, Doc.
When I hear deep, there's not too many deep quarterback classes anyway. You might have 1 or 2 that's cool, right?
Yep.
You always going to have that 1 and 2. Let me see. Obviously Ward. Yeah. Yep. Again, let me see. When I look at them too, when you're comparing the two, and we're going to go in more detail as the off-season goes on, comparing the two, their strengths and weaknesses. Let me see here. Trey Harris and T-Mac are the true number 1 receivers. Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to tell you something about
Trey
Ward
Harris
too.
is good, man. Trey Harris is really good. From Ole Miss, he's really good.
Yeah, he number 9. Is it number 9? Yep, he cold, bro. He cold. He cold. I'll say this. Ward didn't have a Travis Hunter, though.
Right.
He didn't have a number 1.
Yep. And to your point, Jacques, Shador kept his eye on Travis Hunter the whole time. I didn't like that either. Like Shador, dog, like, bro, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
He did that at Jackson State, too.
He did.
Yeah. At Jackson State, because he got Horn on the other side, and I think Horn's a decent receiver.
Horn is an NFL receiver, dog, for sure.
Yeah, are you going through your progressions?
Webster is a league receiver.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, okay, Shador, you fix that in on that 1 receiver. And Travis, I know y'all got a little thing going on where you're trying to get him his yards, but I need you to learn how to go through your progressions. Like, what are we doing? And I think him being away from his father is really going to be a test to him too, right?
Yep, it will. It will.
Yeah, because he's been with his dad since what, Pee Wee? I think
Yep.
Pee Wee. Yeah, he's been with his dad since Pee Wee. Like great.
Right.
So this is new territory for him.
Yep. And like we're saying too, folks, I think people might look at it like we're saying, like, Cam or Shador is just gonna just end all be all, right? Like it's gonna cure everything, right? Like they're Pro Bowlers, they're gonna be off the chain immediately. We're not saying that. We're saying, hey, we need a quarterback.
Yep.
There's not a lot of free agents, and we need a franchise quarterback. We tried it with Will Levis, it didn't work. And we're also asking Brian Callahan to get this guy developed, whoever he is, make it work. Make it work. Just like we have to do at all of our jobs. Sometimes things things ain't nothing perfect.
Yep.
You got to make it work. There's going to be things always against you. What are you going to do about it? Make it work.
I have a feeling this is going to be a offensive heavy offseason period. We went heavy defensively last year, and we see how that happened. We see how that turned out.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a heavy offense of offseason. Let's see. Yep, I do remember AJ Brown. He does remind me a little bit of AJ Brown. I'm not saying he's AJ Brown, but he reminds me a little bit of AJ Brown. Let's see, Stanley. Let's see. Jackson's. That's funny. Listen, the Jeremiah Smith. that class of receivers, the freshman.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, they have freshmen. Jeremiah Smith could be in the NFL today. Ryan Williams could be in the NFL today as true freshman. Jeremiah Smith for sure could be a top 3 pick in this draft easily. Easily. I ain't never seen nothing like it since Adrian Peterson, man.
Man, facts.
Yep.
He says Jackson Dart can be really good quarterback in this draft. We can get him in the 3rd if we trade.
Yep. Here's my thoughts on Jackson Dart. If there was a quarterback that no one's really talking a lot about that could shock somebody, and I'm not sitting there saying he's a first-round pick, but I do think it would be Jackson Dart if there was a quarterback. I think I've seen enough of Jalen Monroe. I've seen a lot of Dylan Gabriel and those guys, and they all have upside, downside. I mean, they're all over the place. They're not first-round picks, but I'm not saying Jackson Dart is either. But I think Dart could kind of go under the radar. Maybe it's a late second, third-round pick, and could make somebody's team. But I'm not sitting there telling he's the pick number 1.
Now, one strength I do like that he does go through his progression. Some of the games that I did see when he had that clean pocket, he was scanning the field. Yep. And like you said, but he has weaknesses that I don't think you need to put on a team right now. He needs to go to a little bit more established team, kind of sit a little bit. For him to get Jackson Dart to come in and say, hey, you are savior, hell no. No, you'll be in a situation where you'll fail him and you'll fail us as a fan base and fail the team, and they'll be fired.
That's right.
Let's see. The real question is, with the Titans drafting a quarterback, is that will drafting a quarterback mean that the team dynamic will change overnight with CJ Stroud? The answer is no. It could. Not saying it'll happen, but this is the mindset that I'm saying that the Titans fans and everybody's we're stuck in. We're saying if we draft a quarterback today, he's not going to be successful like CJ Stroud and them or like Jaden Daniels. The thing is, if you look at that Texans team last year, they did it with rookies and minimal vets, okay? And they did it with great offensive play calling and great head coaching. And CJ Stroud was a big part of that. And I know people get tired of, the quarterback position like this. It is one of the most important positions on the field that can either make your team or break your team. So to have this attitude, and I'm not knocking you awake and just saying, just with this particular statement that you're saying, no, is it a possibility to happen? No. But is it a possibility that it can happen? Yes. Yes. And it's been proven almost like twice now. CJ Stroud and now Jaden Daniels. So I'm looking at these things and I'm like, okay, what is the catalyst? The Commanders were trash. Like, they were trash last year, Hulk. They were horrible. But what did they do, bro? And what changed them? They won 10 games. No, they won 11 games.
Yep.
With Marcus Mariota as the backup and Jaden Daniels as the starter. What are we doing, right? So as a franchise, I don't know if y'all want to win a championship, but I do. I'm tired of thinking mediocre. I'm tired of thinking small. It's time to think big. And I think we need to get to that thought process. And I think the Titans need to take that approach too. Think big. Why think small? If you're going to do something, do it big.
For sure. Hey, man, these are some great questions. For real, man. For real. You know what I mean? Ocho, yes. Facts, no paper, Ocho. Yes, sir. Stanley Wilson said, pick my boy Torrey Horton. That's from Colorado State.
Yes, she called.
Number 12? Yeah.
Number 12. He wear number 12, don't he?
No. Horton wears No, he doesn't. Horton is really good. Shoot. I'll think it through. No, he don't.
I
He
can
don't
tell
wear.
you.
He doesn't wear 12.
I can tell you. Hold on.
14. He wears 14.
14. That's
number
what I
14.
mean.
So
he was torching them last year. Dude was cold, bro.
yeah, he was. He did, but not in the fourth. Not the fourth. I don't know if you're saying fourth pick or
I think he said
fourth round pick. He
I think
won't
he
be
said-
available in the fourth round. He'll be
Nah,
picked.
he-
He'll be picked in probably the second round, maybe
Yeah.
third the worst.
Yeah,
Yep.
I can see that. But I like the pick though. I do.
Mhm.
He'll bring some grit. I will say that.
That's right.
I like the kid, and the reason why I like him because you can't go wrong with LSU receivers. Kyron Lacey.
Yep.
I like Kyron Lacey.
Yep.
I for some reason LSU receivers tend to have a little bit more swag to them, and they tend. I think if he would have had a better quarterback this year, he's draft stock can go up a little bit higher.
Yep.
But I like Kyron, bro. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
If I have, you said what?
Yeah, I like Kyron Lacey as well too.
Yeah. If
My son is a big fan of Kyron Lacey.
he'll be a Steeler, but yeah, like seriously, bro, I like Kyron. If you can get him in the third or fourth, man, roll the dice, bro.
Yep. Awaken, that's a hell of a question, dude.
He said what?
Look at this question. Let's talk about the ceilings and floor of Sanders and Ward.
Talk about it.
I think the ceiling with Shedeur Sanders is Geno Smith. He can be better than Geno Smith, but he reminds me of both aren't very mobile. They both throw it a lot of accuracy, and I think Geno Smith is very underrated. Geno Smith's a former first-round pick. He's been in the league for 13 seasons, so he's been around. I'm just saying based on ability. Floor for him. I don't know, Jacques. I don't know. I got to think about that. Cam Ward's ceiling. Because Cam Ward he's not mobile either, more mobile than Shedeur, so he's not a running quarterback. So I think, there's certain quarterbacks I can't say he's like because he doesn't play like that, but he has a live arm.
I got mine.
Go for who?
Randall Cunningham.
Oh, really? Wow. Randall runs though.
But from a throwing perspective.
Yeah.
I like how you said. But if we're going to do it today.
Love, that's a good one, Money Love. Mitch. That's a good one. Yes, Money Mitch.
Jordan Love. Yep.
Jordan Love. That's it. Money Mitch.
I like Jordan.
I like that. I do. That's a good one, dude.
That is a good one.
What do y'all think? I hear Cam Ward saying Josh he doesn't run. Cam Ward's not a runner, folks. He don't run. He's not a runner.
But I mean, if he can, he will. I will say that. The same thing with Shedeur. If that's not their first thing that they want to do is run, and it's unique with their playing styles.
Shedeur can't run, dog.
Well,
he's not that. If he has to,
well, everybody, he's not a runner, but I get what he's saying with the Josh Allen. Josh Allen he's big. He's not athletic, but he's big. He can run over you versus being when I think of a running quarterback, I think of somebody like Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick. Hell, Steve was a running quarterback, but he wasn't the fastest, but he was big enough to run you over. So,
but Cam Nord, Shedeur, not even close to Josh Allen's size.
That was the same thing you said about that. That's the same thing you said about Jaden Daniels last year. Remember that?
What did I say?
Jaden Daniels. Didn't you say Jaden Daniels wasn't a runner? Or was it somebody else that said that?
No,
somebody else said that. Somebody else said that.
I knew Jaden Daniels was running. He ran a lot in college
and got smacked up. But that's my boy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I said the problem with this is what I said about him in the league. I said the problem with him, he runs too much, and the way he runs, he's gonna get hurt because he's so skinny. And the way he was getting hit in college, he was getting lit up out there.
Man.
Now in the league, it hasn't happened as often, and so that's coaching, right? Like he's sliding, he's not getting hit as much. He got hit the last game, woo! But he has not gotten his hit as much as he did in college. You know what I mean? But
he says Jaden Daniels and Sanders are a lot alike.
Jaden Daniels and Sanders, I don't see that.
I want to see this is why I wonder how they're going to prep for the draft anyway. If Shador's going to train, because you're correct, Blaze, he has trained with Brady. And I wonder if he trains with Brady in the offseason, each offseason that he goes into. I'm curious about that because if he does, then I like that. I like that mentorship because that mentorship, it can really help you and get you to progress. Again, I'm going to tell you, when I'm looking for, if we do draft one of these young men, it's just progression. I think something that we didn't get with Will is progression. And I'm just seeing how we can progress and continue to just move up and do what we got to do. And when that progression play, Hawk, that goes into how you prep your preparation, right? I'm gonna keep harping on that. Y'all gonna get tired of hearing that from me, because I feel like the great quarterbacks that prep are successful. The quarterbacks that don't prep, they like mayonnaise commercials.
And speaking of the floor, you know who I think Cam Ward's floor is?
Who?
Will Levis.
I think he scans the field a little bit better, but I think he scans. I think he scans the field a little bit better than Will. Now, I can't do that to him. I think he scans the field a lot better than Will. Will doesn't read defenses. Now the bonehead plays, I can see that.
That's
from
what
Cam.
I'm thinking. Right.
Yeah,
right. And he's not afraid to throw the ball. Like Will Levis is not afraid to throw the ball.
But
they just throw it. They'll just fling the ball like, whoa. Right.
But my thing is, can it be coached out of him? How often did it happen? I see Cam is a lot more successful in college than Levis was. And I see tendencies when I'm looking at and comparing the two. When I did my study, when I was looking at film, this is why I've always told y'all, things that transition to the from college to the NFL, it did. It transitioned. It was the same crap. Only people that saw that was UT fans. I got to give UT fans their credit. Not all UT fans, but I got to give a lot of UT fans their credit, because they have been telling this organization and this fan base the same old thing. This is what I see. This is what I see. This is what I see. And I always tell you, in SEC country, if you lose to Vanderbilt, I do not want to draft you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You do not lose to Vanderbilt. That's like losing to your little brother. Like, you do not do that.
Yeah, I got you. Somebody said Jameis Winston. I feel like Cam is that floor or ceiling? Because I tell you this, I think the floor for Shador could be Jameis Winston.
I can see that.
Me too.
I like that. I like that, because I was gonna go Jameis Winston for the floor for Shador.
Okay,
that was my floor for him. Hell, probably even Cam a little bit too, because of,
he said floor.
Again, Jameis Winston can read defenses. He just throws. Think about it, Hawk. He does bonehead stuff too. He throws interceptions too.
Absolutely,
he'll throw it up in there, and
he will. He does.
But my thing is, he's not Will Levis. Like saying, well, Jameis Winston, not saying you, Hawk, but that's like saying Will Levis and Jameis Winston are the same quarterback. No, no, I can't do that. I can't let you do that, Hawk. I can't. I see what you're saying from the bonehead perspective.
Right.
But when I think, I'm looking at the whole package a little bit, and I'm like, nah.
I hear
Let me see.
I'll tell you another floor for Sanders too is Derek Carr, a quarterback that will take a lot of quarterback sacks. And I'm not even talking about Derek Carr. I'm talking about David Carr, the Texan
brother.
David Carr. Yes.
His brother.
He was the number one pick or whatever. Yeah. He took a lot of unnecessary sacks. Shador does the same thing. He gets sacked a lot. He holds on the ball very long, bro.
Amar, I like this comparison. Teddy Bridgewater, I like that. I like that floor. I do until he got hurt. Let me see. And pocket presence. That's another thing. How are their pocket presence? Like you said, Shador's offensive line has been horrible since Jackson State.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he looks like if he has a good offensive line.
Yeah. And Johnny, yeah, you're right. I don't either. We'll see. That's what I'm saying. So that's my point I was saying earlier. Titan South, thanks for joining the show. We talking about Cam or Shador. That's my point of Shador is, if we're not set in the offensive line when the season starts, and right now it don't look like it, you shouldn't draft Shador. Don't draft him. Need a quarterback, get that ball out, get the ball out of his hands quickly.
Right. In that case, then they got homework to do. They need to go out and get your right tackle. And that's what Amy's going to ask. She's going to be like, hey, how are you going to build around this quarterback? And I think, I'm not for sure, Rand, if you watch the show, shout out to you, bro. I still rock with you. I think Rand has been working on that, and I think he has a plan, and his plan is to build the offense up. And I think you'll see money get thrown the offensive way, and I think the draft will be influenced more offensively than defensively. So that's why when people say Abdul Carter, I'm like, well, you don't really. It's not a need. You need to fix this offense. So I think you take all your chips and you throw it in there. You get these jokers some receivers, get them some linemen, get them some tight ends.
Yep.
You build around them, because if we build around them, we cool. I mean,
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, I know the Chiefs.
We'll go a few more questions, y'all.
Yeah,
we appreciate everybody's being participating for sure.
So Shador didn't have Hunter.
A lot of Jackson State. He did.
Yeah, he didn't have him all at Jackson State. So Shador actually did pretty decent. The criticism I have with Shador though, and Dion, was when you're in the SWAC and you got this hype around you, and you're supposed to be this all-time quarterback, you're supposed to win the SWAC. You're supposed to win the Celebration Bowl. Each time that I've seen Shador go to a bowl game, he has gotten torched. He has gotten beat real badly. So that's my next criticism of him. It's like, hey, what happened here? We got here, but what happened here? Can you get to the next level? So I would even question that with Dion. It's like, hey, Dion, you couldn't win the Celebration Bowl. You got beat by South Carolina State. They whooped up on you. And then now you just got beat by BYU. They destroyed you. You know what I mean? What are we doing, right? Like, what's going on? They didn't make a bowl game last year, so I can't really say that. So, no, he did not have Hunter his first year. He looked good, though. I will give him that credit. He looked pretty decent.
I saw Shador play in person, y'all. I went to the game in Memphis when Jackson State played Tennessee State. And I went to the game, and I got to Shador was a true freshman. So I think that was pretty big. He had a decent game. TSU had a great defense. TSU just couldn't score. Their offense was just horrible. But even then, I was like, man, he goes on the football too long, and he was taking unnecessary sacks against Tennessee State. So it's like, so he can't do it because he's not blessed with speed nor agility. He can't do that in the league, or he's gonna have issues.
He'll go to the right. So Rand needs to understand when the O-line fails, who can steal quarterback? Ward or Sanders? Who panics in the what you call? And again, this is coming from college to the NFL. I think they both will struggle a little bit because they're rookies. That's where your pocket presence and stuff comes into play. That's where you have to learn, hey, when to get the ball out. I think Cam does it a little bit more better than Sanders. Matter of fact, I think Cam is a little bit more elusive than a Sanders, because I did see in that bowl game where he was. And I give both of them credit. They do not sidestep. When it's a moving pocket, they do not go east and west. They go north and south. So I think that's why Sanders takes a lot of sacks, because he was taught to climb the pocket and look downfield. So if you notice, like you said, he's holding the ball too long. But something that I can coach, I can work with, is if you're stepping up in the pocket and you're scanning the field, I can work with that. And I think that's what Callahan and them are going to evaluate this whole thing is, what can I work with that I couldn't work with him?
That is Phillips. Oh, go ahead.
Wow. We got a question. He says, do y'all think we're going to sign an all-tackle or draft one? I think we're going to sign one. We need to sign one. What do you think?
I think we need to sign one as well.
Jason Campbell. That's funny. I can see that.
And Ward is Aaron Brooks. That's a good one, y'all. Phillips, that's good, bro.
Taking it back. That's why I say Randall Cunningham. People, you don't have to be in this decade. You can take it out. So Jason Campbell was he a number one pick? I think Jason was
the first round pick out of Auburn.
First round pick. Yep. Aaron Brooks with the Saints.
Yep. Out of Virginia. Yep.
Out of Virginia. He was cool.
And neither one of them ran the ball, but Aaron ran more than Jason Campbell.
Yep. Aaron ran more than Jason.
And that's what I'm saying about Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham was the first real running quarterback.
My guy was cold, bro.
Randall Cunningham was incredible, man.
When he went to Minnesota, then Dante Culpepper took over. When he was with Minnesota,
okay. So if you're talking about the old Minnesota Cunningham, then that's different. Okay, I get that.
I wasn't talking about the Philadelphia. No, I wasn't talking about Philly. Yeah, okay. Philly. He was a beast with Philly, but I was talking about the Minnesota Cunningham when he had. I think he had Moss.
Yeah, he had Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Jake Reed,
Chris Carter, all of them. Yeah,
all of them.
They went like 15.
Everybody.
Didn't they go 15-1 that year?
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah,
they did.
That's
Randy
how much.
He was just throwing the ball like he was killing out there, dude.
So real quick, people, we're not just Titans fans. We're football heads. We know our stuff when it comes to football. So just want to throw that out there.
Absolutely. You know, any team from any era at any time, man. Hey, I'll know it. Jock will know it. We talk about other teams just as much as about the Titans when we're not doing our show, man.
Man, come on.
Yep.
This says, do the Giants have anything worth us swapping picks and taking the quarterbacks?
No.
Taking the quarterbacks. Nah.
No.
They don't. Nah.
No.
Let's
the Giants, they're terrible.
Yeah.
No. They
Yeah.
gonna try to trade Malik Neighbors? Too much boy, Brad. I'm listening. Are you talking about
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors? Are you talking about Malik? Okay, let's talk. But nah, man, Giants trash.
Yeah. Yeah. And Cameron, what I'm gonna tell you about Cam. What I like is his poise. He's very poised. He's very calm. He's very. It's almost Jaden Daniel is because Jaden Daniel is like that. He's very poised in the pocket. They're cool, calm, collective dudes. Shador is too. Like they all got a chill personality. It's crazy.
Right.
Let's see. Thanks for sharing your insight, guys. We got the number 1 pick. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
We'll go about 2 more questions, y'all. Yes, the number 1 pick. Number
Joseph,
1. Yes,
up,
sir.
brother? Hey, if y'all are new to the show, man, welcome. Subscribe to the channel.
Yep.
We appreciate
Absolutely.
y'all watching.
We see a lot
Thank
of
y'all
new
for
folks here.
participating. Man, we see a lot of new faces, man. So shout out to
Absolutely.
y'all.
Yeah, man.
I want to have Cameron Wood because he is the dude. He's the dog. He's basically a dog. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Let's see.
Cam showed a lot of progression too, man, from Washington State to Miami. I saw Cam Ward play 2 games at Washington State, and one game he did really good. The other game he actually didn't play well, and then I was kind of like, he's all right. And then Miami saw him play several games. Said, oh man, his arm is live, dude. He throws the ball. Nope. He has all the confidence in the world to get the ball down the field, man.
Dog. That's the same thing with me. When he got with Miami, it was the same thing. It's just the way like you said, the way he throws the ball. It's crazy, man. And again, I like his poise, man.
Yep.
His poise.
Yep.
This year, this Joker, man, check his stat out. He threw for 4,313 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, dog.
That's crazy, man.
That's insane.
And they don't have not one first-round pick at receiver.
At all, dog.
Yep.
At all. That's
only they might say Restrepo, maybe, but I don't know if he's a first-round pick. I don't know.
Right. Now I agree. That's why when I look at the 2, I'm like, you got Travis Hunter. You got just a bunch of dudes.
Yep.
Your offensive line is trash. Your offensive line is better, which Cam's offensive line is a lot better. Yep. You make better decisions because Shador doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. I will give him that.
He does.
Takes a lot of sacks, but he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions.
Not throw picks. He will take the sack over an interception. He'll take a sack over a pick any day.
Yep. Okay, JS75. I like this. He says, should the Titans trade down in the second round? So if you don't know, we have the 3rd pick in the 2nd round. Hawk, should we trade it?
No. Trade for what? For more picks? No. Okay. What do you think, Jacques?
I'm with you, because you can get a pivotal player at that top, at that high.
Absolutely, dude.
Man, you can get you want a receiver? You want the best receiver in that round, or somebody that fell out of the first round? Like we got T Sweat last year.
Yeah,
we got T Sweat, who was supposed to be a first rounder in the second round.
That's right.
Do y'all want that to happen again?
That's right.
Oh man, stay right there.
That's right.
Stay right there. Yep. And he's right. He's right. Big Titan TV. You're right. Restrepo is mid. I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
So, do y'all know that Cam Ward and Shador Sanders compete against each other in life, in like real life at the quarterback spot? During the summertime, during camps, they were in camps together, and they were both talking trash to each other. They have a legitimate beef, not no Pac, Biggie, Drake, Kendrick Lamar beef, but they got beef like, hey man, I'm better than you, dog. No, I'm better than you, dog. Like they have that, bro. Please, for those that seen that, put that in the comment section. So, Jacques, between the 2, you tell me what you think about this. The mindset, I like Cam's mindset better than Shador's. They ask questions as far as Shador asked a question. What are you going to do when you get drafted? Right. So first thing you do in your first check. Cam was like, man, I don't spend no money like that, man. I chill. Like, I don't do all that. I mean, then they started talking. He's like, well, maybe I'll just get a little boat or something. But, I don't really like spending money. Shador was like, man, look, I'm getting a new AP. I'm getting a new watch. I'm getting a new car. Shador was like, I'm getting all this money. And then the other quarterback that was from, it's a 3rd quarterback that was in there too. That's a draft prospect. Oh man, I forgot what school he goes to. He was saying the same thing. So him and Shador like, yeah, man, we about to get this money. I'm not knocking the hustle. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking that at all. But I like Cam's answer. You know what I'm saying? It seemed humble to me. What about you, Jacques?
So that's why I told you that's why I'm a fan of him, dude. Is his thought process, the way he thinks, his poise, he's cool, he's down to earth. He seems like a kid Amy would like, if that makes sense, right? Not saying she wouldn't like Shador, but Shador comes with flash. He comes with baggage, and that's my man. I rock with Shador, but you're gonna have to deal with his daddy. You're gonna have to deal with his brothers.
His
We might
podcast.
his podcast. We might f around and have Wallow and Gilly the Kid in the locker room.
I know, right? I know. But that
never
was kind of
know.
fun too, in a way, right? It'll bring some notoriety to the team, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's on Callahan.
yeah, it's on Callahan. And then you got Rand, who Rand knows some stars too. Like, don't get Rand twisted. Rand knows Dion. Rand has probably chopped it up with Dion already. They probably have already had conversations in the background, stuff that we don't know. I wish we can get Rand Carthon on the podcast. That'd be dope. But they know stuff. So if I gotta pick one, Hawk, give me Cam, because he's just his mindset. He seems like more of he loves football.
Yeah,
the way he prepares.
that's right.
Shador,
yeah,
my guy like his daddy, but he just don't have the accolades like his daddy, right?
That's right. That's
his
right.
daddy had the accolades. Daddy can do that.
Yeah,
you can't do that, son. Not just
that's
yet.
Right. Big Titan, you're right. Cam and Shador are friends. We're not sitting there saying that they don't like each other. You know, it's competitive. Iron, to your point, iron sharpens iron. I like that. Like it, you know, like in today's sports, there's a lot of, hey, what's up, man? Hey, you know, like, man, I want to see some people competing. Even if you're cool with the person, compete. And yet, he said Cam is perfect for Nashville. See, that's another. Okay, we're gonna answer this now. I gotta bring that Big Titan comment up. But go ahead, Jacques.
That's cool. So Phillips, this is a hell of Phillips. You bringing some smoke, bro. Shout out to you. He says Sanders' ceiling is Russell Wilson. Cam Newton's attitude.
Oh man, dude.
Hey man, you get the star of the show, bro. Hold on.
That's funny, dude. That's hilarious,
it's
bro.
chocolate Matthew Stafford. Hey,
that's
bro,
funny, bro.
Shout out to you, bro. Man, I ought to give you a boom for that, bro.
The only thing I slightly disagree with that, only slightly, Russell Wilson can run the football. Shador can't. Russell is a hell of a running quarterback.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, thank you, bro. We appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Okay. Appreciate it, Antismo. Appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Go ahead, Hawk. I know you said
maybe we get Shador on the show. That'd be great. That'd be great, right?
Man, that'd be crazy.
Tell us what you think about Nashville, dog. If he visits here or whatever. So this comment here. All right. For those in the comment section who live in Nashville or know about Nashville, who've been around Nashville or whatever, from a personality standpoint, who would be the best fit for the city of Nashville, Cam or Shador? Okay, let me give you my answer. Man, this is a good one. Okay. I think Shador will be a better fit, bro. I'm going to tell you why. Cam might be a better fit for the Titans. But let me tell you why, because, dude, Nashville's a superstar city, bro. And Nashville is a place, too, when you go around, if you're popular, people are not going to just dwarf you down. Hey. They don't do that in Nashville, dog. We'll be like, what's up, what up? Like, and people keep it moving, right? But Nashville has a very vibrant scene. And Shador is that type of a guy, okay? And if he's winning football games as well, the stadium will fill up with young fans or whatever. So Nashville is a young, hip city. I think Shador, who's definitely more extroverted than Cam, it's not even close. Mm-hmm. Flashy, stylish. Nashville's growing. It needs something. We haven't had a star like Derrick Henry, who's an absolute star. But I'm saying like a flashy player. We hadn't had that in 20, 30 years here, dog. So I think it's a team leader. You're right. Shador is all show. I kind of agree with that. He is for show. Mm-hmm. If he sucks and he's terrible, that's not going to be a good look. But if he's good too, oh man, Shador gonna have the whole South in the putty of his hands. He had the whole South on lock, dude. What about you, Jacques? What do you think?
Again, we've talked about this. We've had off-show conversations about this. It is true. I mean, Shador is the city. I know somebody on the Bleacher Report show said that Shador wouldn't want to come to Nashville. And I'm like, nah, bro. No, Nashville is different, man. It's not your old Nashville. Like, we've heard the term Nash Vegas. Everybody's heard that term or whatnot. But I think Nashville has even surpassed that. I think Nashville is competing with the New Yorks and the LAs of things. You got people. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't realize, Nashville is a super destination city now.
Yep.
We have people, me and Hawk, and you can contest to this. We be out and people be like, where y'all from? We from the city. We from Nashville. Really? Oh my God,
Yep,
we ain't
yep.
never met nobody from Nashville. Oh my
Exactly.
God. Da-da-da. That's
Yep.
how much the city has grown. You have a melting pot of everything. And
Yep.
only places that are like that sometimes is big cities like New York, LA, different things like that, right?
Yep.
So yes, Shador will fit right in because I know he's in Boulder, Colorado right now. If he let me say this. Let me say this. It's about to be messed up. If he can if he can survive in Jackson, Mississippi, and no knock to Jackson, Mississippi,
Yep.
he can survive in Nashville, Tennessee. Trust me.
Yep.
And that'll put him back in the South, right?
Yep. Put him back in the
That'll
South.
put him back in the South.
Yep.
But I think Cam Ward would be so low key here
Yep.
that you would literally see him at a Walgreens. You'd be like, "Oh, that's Cam Ward. What up, bro?"
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
So
Which could be a good thing, right? Won't be such a distraction. But Amy, she wants a superstar here.
she
We
does.
got to stay
Exactly.
in the field.
Mhm.
That's where Shador, even if he's not as good as Cam Ward, that's the edge he would have over Cam Ward. It's just him as a person, his personality. But
Right. Hey, welcome, James. We appreciate you watching the show, brother.
yes, sir.
JS75 says Ashton Genty is good running back, but I'm not trading down and drafting a running back. I feel you, bro.
Man, hell
No.
no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah.
Only way I would have did that, man. That's crazy. I still wouldn't do it if we had two
Yeah.
first-round picks. Like, oh man, we can change the trajectory of this team. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah. So
Hold on.
we'll go
Ooh.
one more question, y'all.
So do we want someone with the upside of Jordan Love or the upside of Geno Smith? Now, those are just comparisons. Those are opinions.
Yep.
Like, you have to formulate your own opinion when it comes to upside, and you have to do study. You have to go in there and watch film on them and see what you see from them and comparing. It's like a compare and contrast. Like, I can put two tapes together and be like, oh, he does this, he does that. I would prefer you to build your own persona, if that makes sense, right?
Yep.
Me personally, I don't like being compared to nobody. I want to be compared to Jock. That's me, right? I'm Jock. I compare to myself.
That's right.
Do what you got to do. Make a way. Make a lane for yourself. Create something for yourself. Like Tom Brady is Tom Brady. That's not going to be another Tom Brady. Maybe close to Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes doesn't play like Tom Brady. Plays like Patrick Mahomes. That's why they get these things. Josh Allen plays like Josh Allen, right? So
Yep.
I hope they can create their own persona and go from there.
For sure.
Let's see. Oh, that's another thing. We can get out of here after this, Hulk. Big Titan TV, bro. Thank you for this.
That's facts.
Because he said, I don't like how Shador threw his O-line under the bus. Now, people, that's what you're going to get with Shador. Does Shador have accountability like Cam?
Nope. I don't think so. Do you think?
I don't think so either. This is what I'm saying with the antics. Like I said, I like him, but he does not have any room to. He's trying to be like his dad, right? Your daddy can do that. Your dad is a Hall of Famer. You're just scratching the surface, right? And to throw your offensive line under the bus like that, no. So I look at those type of things when it comes to attitude and everything because our offensive line struggles. What happens when he struggles? Is he going to blame it on them or is he going to take accountability, right?
Yep. That's right. Facts.
And the team leader, you're correct. Let's see. A team leader has so many needs. Sanders shouldn't be the pick. Miss Adams, Amy picked Levis. She needs to let the people do their jobs. I completely agree.
The key to Miss Amy is she listening? Because she's the owner. She can do whatever she wants. Right? She could tell Rand and them all, y'all go sit down. I'm going to draft it if she wanted to, right? But it's for her to listen as an owner, as a leader, as anything. It's key to listen to those that work under you. And even with her, she has fans. Listen to what people, it doesn't mean if the fans say do this, you should do that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying still just be an open ear, just kind of seeing what's going on or whatever. You know what I mean? You failed with Will Levis. You failed. Take the accountability. Hey, I made that mistake. That was on me. I failed. So
Will she take accountability, Hawk, or will she give us a press conference like she did when she fired Mike Vrabel?
I don't think she will give accountability.
That's what I'm saying. Like at this point, if let me say this, if we don't get the number one pick right, yeah. And team leader, I 100% agree.
Yep. So, well, listen, folks, look, we appreciate everybody rocking with us this entire show. Most of y'all stayed, man. And even those that are brand new, welcome, y'all. Welcome. We hope that you all enjoyed the show, man, for sure. Listen, if you have not subscribed to us, shame on you. Do that right now. All right. Hit that like button as well, too, man. Hit the like button. And also as well on Bleacher Report, download the app. We're going to be on Bleacher Report for all of 2025. Download the app. All you got to do is follow the Titans. You'll see our content on Bleacher Report. We are the official Bleacher Report podcast for the Titans. Follow us on Spotify, on Apple. We're going to do more live shows on Instagram Live as well, too. Hey, man, listen. We're on YouTube, but we're everywhere else. So at times, if you don't see us as much on live on YouTube, we're doing other shows, too. We out here. So shout out to everybody that's watching us, man. We appreciate it. It's been a long season. I'm tired. I'm just lost for words. The season was a disappointment. I'm exhausted. It's been a long, terrible season. I'm glad the season's over. Let's keep it moving. Let's move on to the future, man. That's 2025 is a new year, man. New year.
I'm a little bit more. I think Hawk, I checked out more earlier than you did. But I'm with you on the tired. I've been going myself since July with football. June, July. It's been my son. He plays too. So I think to have a break just from the mental, because I don't think y'all realize, people, what we do is it can be mentally taxing, right? Like people can just kind of just go off and do their thing, but it can be mentally taxing for us. And we do it for y'all, man. We do it. We endear this stupid Titans team for y'all because we bleed blue. But hey, without y'all, man, this season wouldn't have been a success. I look at this season as a success, even though the Titans are not a success. They didn't have a successful season. I feel like our people gave us success. And shout out to the Weekly family. Shout out to the new Weekly family. Welcome. If y'all from Bleacher Report, welcome. Like Hawk said, subscribe to the channel. Happy New Year. And we're going to have a lot more content coming y'all way. So just be on the lookout. And my boy, Zone Tech TV with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, bro. He said my
I hear you, man. They didn't. Now the Pats are number 4, but y'all about to. Mike Vrabel's about to be y'all coach tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, be surely is. Mike Vrabel be there. He'll get y'all right.
The Jets, the Bears, everybody's trying to get Vrabel right now. They like, man, we about to cut ties now. Go ahead and bring in Vrabel. So Zone Team TV, boom. Zone Team TV, Patriots fan in the building. Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. And again, thank y'all, man. Again, we appreciate y'all. Happy New Year. Yep. And Hawk, like we do all the time, man, go ahead and take us home, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, listen, we hope you all have had a great time. We hope your weekend went well. We hope your 2025 will be a great year. 2024, for a lot of people, was a year of realism, eye-opening. 2025 is now the time to move forward. So hopefully everyone around that's watching our show, we pray that everybody's going to do well this year, man. And we appreciate y'all rocking with us all season, man. So, Jock.
Yes, sir.
As we always say, hey, what's up? We got Young Junior in the building.
You gonna say it? You gonna say it for the people, bro? Go ahead, say you got it. When you say facts,
as we always do, sir.
Say facts. Say
facts.
No, say it louder. Facts.
Facts.
Say you say it. You say it.
He said facts. You gotta say the other part, Young Junior.
JJ, come here. Come here, JJ. Come here. You gotta say facts, no paper, man. Say it.
Huh?
Say facts, no paper.
Facts, no paper.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Tennessee Titans Weekly, we carry the rock. But being the best podcast with Hawk and Jock. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later. With everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city in the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Hawk and Jock, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We give you news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten up. We are the best in the game and it shows. Let's go Tennessee Titans, let's win some more. Nashville is our home, but Tennessee is our state. Let's beat every team down, said hut. Break Tennessee Titans Weekly, we carry the rock. Of being the best podcast with Hawk and Jock. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later. But everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Talk and shop, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. Giving news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten up. Tighten up.